How's it going, everybody? Today we're checking out CABAL, Magno Interitus, which from what I searched up in Latin roughly translates to the Great Decay. Figure you guys would like to know that. You know, metal bands always love to use Latin for their titles, especially all the darker ones, so I figured I'd give you guys a little translation, save you the effort. That's actually the second Latin title I've had to do, because Metallica just dropped Lux Eterna, which is Eternal Light, so, you know, I do my best. But yeah, we're checking out CABAL. I know I've been a little bit late on this. I've been promising to check out this album for a little bit now, but finally getting to it. And I've actually heard of these guys before because I know they had a track where they had Matt Heafy at Trivium come in as a feature. I believe they've had like Jamie Hales from Polaris and a few other people. So that's super dope. So they got people from like all over the metal scene really, you know, popping up and featuring in their music, which is awesome. So I'm really excited to listen to these guys. I know they're from Denmark, and I've heard a couple other bands from Denmark that are, you know, a little bit more underground that aren't as well known over here, like in the States and stuff. But yeah, I'm super curious to check this out. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Oh yeah, let me see how long this is. 35 minutes, 37 seconds. Not bad, not bad. Got a good groove to it. It's really dark, but it's got that groove. Almost like a hardcore-ish. Hardcore groove almost. Oh, bringing it back. Nice. I'm gonna pause this really quick. I have a couple thoughts on that. Good ones. So the first thing is, that's actually a really like easy listen, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't feel like I had to really think too hard about what was going on, which is kind of nice. You know, I love proggy stuff. Like, I'm a huge prog nerd when it comes to music, but this just it's straightforward, but in an enjoyable way for me so far. Like, just, you know, the grooves are just right there for you. You know, it's easy to kind of like head bob to or headbang, you know. You don't have to think too hard, just kind of get into it. Dun, 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 you know, that kind of style. Um, Also, it has more of a like core focus, it seems like, at least in this track, compared to the more like death metal side. This seems like it has more of the core and deathcore than the actual death side, except for maybe the actual like chord progressions that they're using and stuff, and the notes and how it does sound a little bit darker. I wouldn't go as far as black metal, but it does have a slight like kind of like black metal tinge to it so far, but we have so much more of the album to go, obviously. So I'm just gonna let this keep playing. But those are my thoughts so far. I like CHUGS. What can I say? Remember how I said no black metal? Yeah, scratch that. Ooh. Yeah, get some pick scrapes in there. I have no idea where we are in the lyrics right now. Here we go. Quick 2 minutes. Title track. Yo, it has Joe Bad. Oh, fit for an autopsy. Let's go, dude. Oh, yeah. This is hype. Magno Interitus. The Great Decay, they even said it. Oh, yeah. That's cool. I like how the scream has more of a pitch now. Magno Interitus. There's Joe. Okay, okay. Not too bad. I'm gonna pause this really quick. I don't mind this so far. It's not too bad. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it, but it's definitely falling like these three tracks so far, which I mean it's still pretty early in the album, have been fairly similar as far as just overall vibe of the tracks, as far as like it's got a little bit of that kind of black metal sound. It's a little bit darker, but it definitely stays more in that core side. It has a lot more of the, chugs, more breakdowns. I mean, you get some pick scrapes, and some other fun guitar noises and stuff. So it's good. I'm really curious to see if they kind of go out of that box. You know what I mean? Because it definitely follows very similar sound. If not, I'm still digging this. So let's just keep going. I may end up eating my own words. We'll see. It's a funky riff. There we go. Get some weird time signatures, Bring it. A little bit more kind of blast beats. That sounds dope. I really like that riff. Breakdown? Sounds like Alien. Oh, that sounds dope. Wow. fading out with that. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's my favorite track so far, I think. It's between this one and the title track. Because, I mean, Joe Bad, you know, obviously. Wow, wow. Oh, get some bass in there. Okay, this is very like knock loose. I was talking about hardcore. This is kind of what I was getting at. Yeah. I love that sound. It's so eerie. Oh. Those bends are nasty. Yeah, change it up. My bad. Get that blackened voice. I like that. Like a crowd chant. Okay, okay. That was, yeah, that was groovy. No lyrics, huh? See, John Connor. I don't know where he's from. Let's give like an industrial vibe to it. love that like Titanic horn. Just it's like Inception. Ooh. Some heavy bass. Huh. Yeah, this is interesting. That like hard bass kind of. Oh. Ooh. I can't tell if that's guitar or not going over top of the layers. Almost a bit fall-like. Very slightly with like it's kind of just still going. Ooh. I'm liking this cymbal work. Yeah, that added so much. All right, I'm gonna pause this really quick. That was really interesting. That's very experimental for like this sound, like from like the rest of the album that I've heard so far. Way different. It had like this weird industrial kind of underground, like it feels very European, I guess. Not in like a bad way. It's just like what I think of when I think of more like European, more like underground, like I don't want to say techno, but you're more like the little bit more bass heavy kind of like house. Well, I don't really know what to call it, to be honest, but it gives me those vibes. That's exactly why I actually like the album Obsidian by Northlane that came out this year, because they went very experimental and they went to a lot of like electronic soundscapes and went very electronic. That album was very divisive between the community. Like half of the Northlane fan base absolutely loved it, and the other half was like, bro, what the hell did you just do? But like to me, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting as far as vibes of like weird, like electronic kind of like heavier bass. Just yeah, it's very interesting. I'll put it that way. But let's keep going. This is it's an interesting album so far. Definitely seems like they have a bit more slower tempo songs, not as fast. Like this. I'm loving the bass intro. Dissonant guitars. Again with that knock loose feel, you know? Can't tell if that's actually like an orchestra behind them, or if that's like keys. I think it might be keys. Sounds dope though. Not like dissonance. Okay, definitely like a keyboard. Yeah. You guys guess the title of the track? It's Exit Wound. Yeah, you got it right. All right. Oh, that's crunchy. It's all in this year. Okay. Yeah. Almost gave you some Humanity's Last Breath vibes. A little bit. Big Humanity's Last Breath vibes right there. Yeah. Yeah. That was a breakdown, man. it's just keys, but it sounds like a quiet. They bamboozled me again, man. Oh, that is chunky. I would laugh they threw out cleans, dude. Some pan action. Let me see how many more tracks we have. We have 2 more. All right. Exsanguination. Oh, that's so chunky. Reminds me of some genty, like, Born of Osiris almost. Loving that little bit fast pick. Yeah, get some screams. Yeah, we got one more, baby. What are we getting? I can't get over that tone. Oh yeah. Building? Ooh. Okay, that got low. These lyrics are just speaking facts right now, I'm gonna be honest. We haven't even seen the worst, man. Whew. Not wrong. We do take a lot. I mean, you're taking the time to watch this video, for instance. Respect, by the way. Love you guys. Oh, man. Fading right out. All right. So, CABAL, Magno Interitus. Yeah, this is a cool album. I wasn't expecting it to have so much, like, hardcore influence and stuff, but I also haven't listened to a ton of this band. I heard, like, the song, I think is Bitter Friend with Matt Heafy in it and stuff, but I listened to it a long time ago, so I honestly don't remember a whole lot about it. But I do remember it popping up, like, in my recommended stuff. I was like, oh, Matt Heafy's in there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so this album definitely has, like, hardcore influence. It's got like that blackened kind of style thrown in, and then you got some like more genty parts, parts that kind of remind me more of like Humanity's Last Breath, Not in the Thal sense, but just like how they're a lot heavier. And honestly, Humanity's Last Breath kind of falls a little bit more into deathcore than like, let's say, Viltjarta, who's literally like the godfathers of Thal. So Humanity's Last Breath kind of falls more into that like deathcore sound anyway, so it's easier to translate the two. But yeah, this is like a really neat mix of like Knocked Loose, like Humanity's Last Breath, and I feel like you could almost say like vocal wise and like maybe some of the keys you get a little bit more into like the Worm Shepherd and like Lorna Shore Black and Deathcore sound. Not to a T, obviously, and I always say these comparisons in a very loose way because every band sounds fairly unique to some extent. You know what I mean? There's gonna be things that are different. Just to keep that in mind. But anyway, getting back on track, the vocals are really solid. I like that he had that lower kind of just false chord. Yeah, I mean you hear that in deathcore all the time. That's pretty staple, pretty standard. But it sounded really good. It was executed very well. The Blacken kind of sounding vocals, those are really dope. I think even in like one of the tracks, he says the word Blacken as he starts doing that style, so it's pretty easy to like translate the two together. Um, but yeah, I mean, vocals are really awesome. They fit the music. I don't have any issues with them. I'll have to listen to it again and really like just pick out every little part because when I'm doing an album, review or reaction, it's so difficult to pick out every little thing. And to be honest, the instrumentals were so nuts that trying to focus on vocals was getting really tough because I was like, nuts not in like unpredictable, but nuts is like I am loving these chugs, dude. I just focus on the chugs and start headbanging, and then all my brain cells just leave, like they're gone. So that's my bad. But vocals are really good. Bass. I love the bass, dude. That was one of the things that really got me in that like Knocked Loose mindset because Knocked Loose likes to really throw that bass out there, especially like in intros and all that, or if they're about to go into a breakdown and stuff. They'll the bass doing its thing, dun 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 dun, and then you hear oh, and there's gonna be some crazy breakdown. So I feel like there's points like that in this album. So bass is so tasty. I love the tone, man. Same with the guitars. The guitar tone was like, yeah, it was as we Gen Z say, it was bussin' respectfully. Is really good. It had that crunch, the chugs were just top notch. I'm a sucker for that stuff. What can I say? If a band has really good chugs, I am willing to just like zone out and jam out to it no matter what. Not saying that's what I had to do with this album necessarily. Which before I get into that, I want to talk about the drums. The drums were awesome. I thought the drums definitely they did blast beats, but it wasn't like super fast blast beats. It wasn't like blistering speed. It's a little bit slower tempo. I guess that could be said for majority of the songs and like majority of the parts is a little bit slower tempo than what deathcore bands usually fall under. But that's where you get more of that hardcore feel because it's like just punch you in the face. It's like getting hit with bricks. That's what I love about like this sound in general, just like that hardcore feel. I'm not always in a mood for hardcore or anything along those lines, but when I am, oh, it hits the spot, dude. It really hits the spot. But anyway, drums were fantastic. Yeah, but one of the things I wanted to kind of say about this album, I'm not sure if I'd say it's a big negative, but when you fall into this kind of like hardcore sound, I feel like a lot of times bands like to stay within a certain tempo range and kind of stick with it. And I feel like this band did that a lot, which tends to kind of cut down on what you can do within the music when you're following like that one tempo. I will say they did switch it up. I will give them that. There were definitely times where they switch up the beat, keep you on your toes a little bit. But for the most part, like the beginning of all the tracks kind of fit that similar tempo, which when you're going through an entire album, it is kind of nice to have that familiarity between tracks where it's like, okay, I know where I'm gonna, bob my head. But it definitely, like in the beginning of the album, I was like, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not quite sold. I like it, but I don't love it. You know what I mean? But as I kind of started listening to this album more, I just kind of got into it more and more. I felt like the album started picking up pace, aside from that one track that was a bit more experimental, not a bit more, it was quite a bit more experimental. You had like the electronic, like kind of deeper underground sound, more European, I guess. But like in a good way. I don't say European in a bad way. It's definitely like it has that sound, and it for me I like it because it transports me to like a different place entirely. It's like, I'm just sitting out here in the States in the Midwest, and you guys are over there in Europe, like, yeah, let's go. Maybe not. I mean, if you're writing this album, it sounds like you're kind of mad at the world right now, which I think everyone is a little bit. So that's understandable. No, but honestly, that was a pretty solid album. I'm not sure where it will fall in my like album of the year list yet, because obviously it's fresh still. But I mean, for like a 35-minute album, it felt like it went at a really solid pace. And most of the tracks are like 3, maybe 4 minutes tops. So it's definitely going to be one of those albums that I'll binge a lot easier and just kind of let it soak in and really get used to it. I'm sure I'll play it at work. That's just kind of how it goes. But yeah, what'd you guys think about this album? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Leave a comment down below. If you have any recommendations, you can leave that down below as well. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as always, you guys take it easy.